Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome on to Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16. Night 2 of the big build-up to the 2025 Enzed Superstock Team Champs. My good friend Mr. Booker joined us for a big show for this Tuesday. Hey Books.
Hey mate, yeah, another big night tonight. Some awesome teams joining us again. We've got the Busters and the Rebels, but we've also got Bruce Robertson and Shane Dewar here to the sponsor, Enzed, to talk about their commitment to teams, as well as Bruce, who gets it all going and sorts it all out. So another good, exciting night, mate. Last night was very good with the boys from last night. The Waikato boys were a bit of humour, weren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I caught up with Jeff a bit after that show, and he just loves it. He couldn't stop talking. I was trying to tell him, mate, I need to go to bed. But otherwise, yeah, look forward to what they're going to be doing out at Huntley Speedway this coming Saturday on their Facebook page. But yeah, likewise, we also started the show off yesterday. If you missed it, we caught up with Josh Prentice, the newly crowned World 240 champ, but also the Aotearoa Ladies Crown winner. We caught up with Brittany Carpenter as well. So just celebrating this success from last weekend. And of course, obviously last night, for those who enjoyed watching the racing from the New Zealand Street Stocks, congratulations to the Southerners who picked up the 3, 2 and 1 NZ.
Mate, didn't they put on a show? I was just talking with Bruce before off air, and they brought a lot of Southerners up for this event, and they certainly dominated and did what they needed to do, that's for sure. I think the North Island boys need to sort of band together a bit more, maybe, or something. I don't know, but mate, and it was good to see that event went through in the end. You know, it was lucky that it was good that it was a holiday there in Auckland on Monday for them to be able to complete that and finish that event. So that's always a good thing, isn't it, mate? And I mean, I'm still buzzing from the weekend. To be fair, from the Rotorua, what a great weekend that was. You know, we talk about it now. I got on the social media a bit today, but unbeknownst me, and there's a lot of teams that have named and people putting stuff up, and the excitement is building, Kins, isn't it, for this great event, the Team Champs in Palmy. I mean, we always do it 2 weeks out because we don't want to disturb the drivers in that final week push to get their cars ready, you know, and mate, the excitement level is good. I mean, you can talk about the excitement level, I suppose, since the GP. It's just carried on, hasn't it?
Yeah, all these different championships always kick off the brand new year. You know, as soon as Christmas rolls over, you get all the big meetings out of the way and everyone's in the hype of it, and it doesn't get any bigger. So, hell, this is the greatest show on dirt. Palmerston just pretty well rocks. The whole getting used to the fanfare when you arrive into town, the excitement when you leave your home to head to Palmy because you're excited. And then when it comes to the end, you kind of already start in 365 days and still it all rolls around again. That's the excitement that you get. And the 2 young men from the buses were asked later because they were spectators once upon a time and now drivers in the event, like many others that we speak to over the week ahead. That's where it all starts, and you just can't stop going to the event. So, yeah, it's an event once you've been. 9 times out of 10, you'll go and no doubt rebook your accommodation. Accommodation's always tough to get for the big teams weekend. Well, we'll bring in.
I'll just wait for Bruce to pop back. His camera's not come on yet, Kin, so I'm sure he's not far away. Might have taken a phone call or something from a few people, which is probably a busy man at the moment. But look, I just want to say to people too, you can now see, if those who don't know from last night, we do stars now. You can donate stars to us. To help us out and support the show if you want, and that basically what we do is we give part of that to charity. So it's not just for myself and kids to try and get some gas money to try and do the show more places for you guys and girls out there. But you know, we do that, and hopefully we get the support from you guys, and of course, like we say, it's going to go to charity. And I think we're going to South Island, Kins, we might use that for people to be able to donate for that charity that we're doing down there for cystic fibrosis. the move we're doing down the South Island to support that this year on the Rees Tour. So we might use that as people, if they watch each show we do down there, if they want to help and donate to that, then we'll use that as an avenue for people to be able to donate to the cystic fibrosis when we do that down the South Island as well. So we appreciate anybody that wants to help. No, we don't say you have to. We're just saying it's there. Facebook offered it to us and we said, okay. So if we can use it to help a charity out, we will.
Yeah, definitely 100% books. And we're just waiting for Bruce to get the camera back on, and we'll bring him and Shane into the show very soon. Hey, don't forget to also, after this week with the teens Buildup, we got tomorrow night, we got Thursday, Friday, but Monday. This is a chance for you to be a winner here at Trackside with the Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16. Just like we did last year, we gave the opportunity for one kid out there to jump into the grand parade, but also be part alongside with some of the drivers in the pit crew and everything like that as well. And we're going to kick that off on Monday, books.
Yeah, and just to note, I mean, last year it was great, the amount of people that input to do it. And what was funny to me, mate, was that it was mum would put a vote in for the child, then dad, then auntie and uncle and all the rest of it. But that's pointless, because I go through and I take the names as they get entered, and then I give them a number, and I don't use that Facebook spin, and because I can't work it out. So I write each name down as it comes in, and I give them a number, and then I use a number generator to pick the final. So if you put that name in 10 times, I still only put it in once. So, but it's good to see you supporting your family and making it happen, because that's cool, you know. And it was really good. The kids, I mean, it's memories for them for life, kids, you know. Like we talked off here before, but to Dylan and Todd, you know, about how long they've been going, and they started going with their parents at young age, and that's what these kids can talk about in years to come, you know. So I'm hoping Bruce is all right there. I don't know if he's, what's happening there. Bruce, if you can hear us, are you ready?
I'll bring Shane
in for a little bit and talk to Shane while Bruce is organising himself. Hey, Shane, how are you, mate?
You not bad, self lads?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
no, we're all good, mate. Mate, we we're just talking off air. The association that you've had with this particular event, you know, goes for many years. What is it that keeps having your company associated with this event?
I think as a company, we're just Speedway through and through, and you know, what better way to support the biggest Speedway event in the country, you know? So, yeah, with a track that supports us and we support them, so sort of a no-brainer for us, I reckon.
Yeah, and I'm guessing, 25 plus years, because I think when we caught up with you a little while back, we're talking about the 25th anniversary. You must be looking at 27, 28, 29 years being associated with it, something around there?
Yeah, I reckon it's about that 28-year mark, I reckon. I have to count it up, but get ready for the 30-year mark, I'd say.
Oh, I think we'd have to do something pretty special for that milestone, wouldn't we? I think it's the support, and being local too, is it makes it even more special, really, that it's good to see local businesses supporting tracks and Speedway, and your South Side Speedway Fab, you drive as well, but that commitment for that long every year, I mean, it's awesome, mate. You must be very proud.
I am. Obviously, the old man sort of started it many years ago, and I've sort of just picked the baton up from him and just carried on running with it, you know.
Yeah, 100%, mate, you know, and that's how it carries on. We just kind of surveyed a little bit of time until we can get Bruce sort of with the camera to jump in and let everyone know that what you need to know about the event. Hey, but in regards to you, mate, we know your race. What's been going on this season? Anything much at all?
I started racing for the first couple of months there, and North Islands and Wanganui. I found myself having a one-on-one meeting with the pole and broke a collarbone. Had surgery just before Christmas, so been having a bit of a layup. Went to Chili Bowl for a week, and yeah, now back in the country and almost healed up. Car's almost ready to go, so I'll be hopefully kicking it in the teeth in a couple of weeks and flying some dirt at people, man.
You've been chopping at the bit for that one, eh?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm getting itchy feet, that's for sure. Chili Bowl did not help that.
Yeah, let's put that into perspective for the viewers in New Zealand here. You know, Chili Bowl, the midget series. We know Michael Pickens is over there as an example. How big is it on the scale? Can you match it? Is pretty even Stevens up against the teams down on Palmy?
Yeah, I'd put them pretty close on par, to be fair. Like the atmosphere there was, it was very much similar to Team Champs. Like it was just a party atmosphere. you know, and a bit of racing going on in the background. But, you know, it's just a massive building, 380 something cars in the building. And like I went down what they call Peasant Road, which is down the back of the building. And there's probably a good 100 or so people just sitting around watching the big screen at the back of the building. They've got slow cookers out, you know, hot plates out. They're all drinking and yahooing. And then you go sneak outside for a vape and it's minus 10 degrees.
Yeah. What a cool experience, eh? I'd love to see that. They love that type of thing over there. They call it tailgating or something, don't they, over there in America? They just, they get right into it, don't they?
Yeah, the pits was almost as full as the seating around this thing, eh? Because I think you can get tickets and just go into the pits. And you don't even have to go into the seating.
Oh.
So what's the capacity that it holds? You know, if it's, do you got any ideas? Is it similar to Palmy or more or less?
No, I'd probably be. I think someone said it's about 10,000 people sitting in there, but then there's probably another 5 or 6 in the pits, plus the drivers and crews and all the other people walking around. So it'd be similar sort of numbers, just cramped up in it. Like I reckon the building would probably be about the size of Palmy pits. I reckon. I was looking at it the other day.
Oh wow! You know the problem with this book. So if I went over to that, I'll have to take another extra suitcase, and you know what for?
Oh, all the bloody shirts you'd be buying. Hey, all the merch. Hey, Bruce, if you can hear us, try, if you have trouble getting your camera back, try just exiting out altogether and coming back in. That might work for you. So we'll just try that. We're still trying, but yeah. So have you got your corporate stuff going again this year? Have you do any giveaways this year? You normally do a giveaway, don't you? Have someone to join you, and are you doing that again this year, Shane? Or
yeah, we'll probably do something on Facebook close to the time. I think I was doing a little. I used to do it a bit further out, but it used to sort of get a little bit diluted by close to the time. So I'll do it a bit closer and try and sort of generate a little bit of interest then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always an awesome thing you do, actually, I think, is that it's a chance for someone to join you guys in your corporate area and tickets in, is it? Is that correct?
Yeah, so we normally get tickets, give away some tickets to get in. Probably, I was doing a giveaway for people to sort of jump in the Grand Parade, but I sort of now just pick a couple young fellas that are sort of standing around at the time. They'll sort of be, looking at it, like, oh, that looks cool. And it's like, well, jump in, you're taking for a ride,
Yeah.
So.
That's cool, eh? And that's what we've got to really promote, I think, is that family atmosphere and those kids, get them there and, and just give them memories for life. That's why we're doing our competition where we can have a competition where one kid gets to choose which team they want to go and join in the parade and beforehand in the pits and spend a bit of time with their favourite drivers. And last year it was very successful and the kid was just over the moon. There he is, there with Kins from last year. Look at him, he was happy as a sandboy. And he came all the way from Christchurch and picked the Giants. So there you go. Something different. And he got to ride round inside Peter Reese's car with Kinser. I don't know who's more happy about driving a car in the parade, the young fella or Kins. To be fair, the smiles were as big as each other's.
Oh, definitely. And it's that, like we said, Books, it's that memory stuff that we make for these children. And, I don't know who got the biggest buzz out of either the parents as well, mum and dad, and the rest of them that were hanging around us. They were just so over the moon. And I think dad was associated with the stock car from memory down there in the South Island. So plenty going on there. And yeah, we'll just, what might happen here? I might just mute you, Books. So you might have to ring Bruce and give him a bit of a chat, give him a ring, mate, and suss him out, eh?
I'll move down and give him a bell and see what happens. And you carry on talking with Shane.
Yeah, we'll carry on and we'll get that sorted. So everything you will need to know, obviously, ahead of this big weekend, which is next Friday, Saturday, for those who will be traveling down, especially from above Desert Road, that diversion is still in place. So just a reminder, you may have to add on another 1 hour to your journey for everyone that's heading north of Taupo, Turangi, Rotorua up that way, heading down to support their teams. And that's what it's all about, Shane. It's all about that support. And obviously 28 years being associated, seeing all the fans out on the parade as well. Back. And mate, it's just all about good times, but it's those special memories at teams.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of memories from growing up around doing it, especially with, like I say, the old man started sponsoring a long time ago. So I sort of grew up around it, and now sort of taking over the reins from him. So So his last year doing the corporate box thing, so
Okay,
I'll take over that next year. But this year I'll still be down in the bleachers with everyone else.
Yeah, no doubt. And, everyone gets underway and
Oh,
gets
okay.
pretty
Can
well
you
up
hear
and
me on the
going.
phone right
Obviously,
now, though, eh?
they're down at the square. That's where it's officially going to be done with the scrutineering.
Okay,
But, mate, you must be itching to get back in the race car behind the wheel, eh?
All right.
Obviously, after hurting yourself on Wanganui. When do you
Okay.
get back out there
I'll
officially
try
with
and,
your
I'll
first
try and get a
race?
message to you. Hang on.
Hopefully we're having a bit of a midget meeting in Wellington on the 22nd. So, which it's been a long time since we've had midgets there. So hopefully we can get out there on that and have a bit of a skid round and blow the cobwebs out, and hopefully I don't break the other one.
Hey,
All
Shane,
right, mate.
sorry to interrupt. Shane, he said to me he couldn't hear me on the phone, but he told me to tell you that he can hear you, but not us. Can you just tell him to, can you tell Bruce to exit and come back in again?
Bruce, you need to exit and come back in again.
Yeah, go out of the studio and come back, and then he'll be able to hear us.
Yeah, quit it, exit it all, control, delete, come back.
You've done that plenty of times, eh? Control, Alt, delete, and out you go, eh? Come back and...
So hopefully he said he couldn't hear us, but he could. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully when he comes back, we might have Bruce. So let's fingers crossed, because working everything perfectly fine until it was there. Thank you for that, Shane. We'll continue talking, Kins, and I'll keep an eye on the studio.
Yeah, just wait for Bruce to pop back in. And look, we're hoping that Todd can hang around there. His phone was sitting at like 28% there. So hopefully it's still sitting at around 20. Yeah, he's got the thumbs up. So that's all good. Dylan Towell has gone for a bit of a walk around as well. So they are the two buses that will be joining us in about 10 or so minutes. At 8 o'clock, we'll have the Rebels, the comedy duo of AJ Axtens and also Alan McRobbie. Alan's going to roll on in as he does. But hey, to his credit, he turned up early to the 240s last week. He gave us a bit of a surprise, catching us down in the pits there to Alan McRobbie, and he normally rolls on in just in time to get out on the track before his bloody heat. So we'll see what happens. Hey, just a big shout out going out to Ali J. O'Brien. Kylie, mate, how are you going? Wayne Alton, Sean Cooper, Connor Auckram, Sam Ashton, Susan Burdis, Kerry Gates. We've got Stacey watching as well, Murray Vincent, Carl Carpendale. What do we got here? Mike Pugh. We're all good, mate. Who else we got here? Dave Thomas, Daniel Chalk, Flynn Ashton, Madu Goodley, Aaron Ferguson, Samantha Kiss. What do we got? Just me tonight. Uncle Ripco's helping with the mod. Glenn Tamatea. 5210 Dunedin
They could still hear me because I didn't mute my mic going out. They could hear me and Bruce talking, but Bruce couldn't hear me.
There we go. I get it all here as well. Cody, how you going, Cody? Robbie, maybe. What do we got? Who else we got here? Thanks for the stars there, Sam. Appreciate that. Muddy Goodley's 34th consecutive teams this year. Can't wait. There we go. Bruce pop back in.
There we go, Kins. I'll bring him in before we lose him, shall we?
I know. Well, like after you spoke to Shane, I could hear you then.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I've got you there live now, mate. So we're back on
So
track.
I've had to go out and go back in again because you didn't know you were working.
That's all right. So you've got us nice and clear, Bruce?
Yep, sure thing. I'll just turn it sideways again for you. How's that?
Oh, look at that. Expert IT man, Bruce Robertson. There we go.
Okay. Show a few of these bloody young ones how to do it. Bruce, just go back to yesterday. Was a massive day up there in Auckland. You finally got that meeting done for the New Zealand Street Stock Champs. 3, 2, 1, all heading down the line. But just wrap it up. How big was the meeting?
It was huge. I mean, to have 60 street stocks, I think we had 61 enter. I think 59 were there on what'll be the Saturday. And then, of course, it rained and we lost about 6 of them. I think we were down to 53. So what a tremendous lineup. And the guys, to their credit, all hung around, particularly the South Islanders. I think the guys that went home were mainly headed off to Gisborne. So it was a great show, and they just get stuck in, and they're real entertainers. There's no doubt about it. And there's some battered looking cars. I see some of them look like they're been in a demolition derby. They were that bad.
And talking about entertainment, look, it doesn't get any bigger than next Friday, Saturday down there in Palmy. Just to mention, we've got Shane here with us, being associated with the event 28 years. How good is that from a major sponsor to be associated for nearly 30 years?
It's absolutely superb to have Enzed as part of it, and they've been huge supporters and enthusiastic about it year after year. I mean, with Paul and Shane, they're a great team, and we're so pleased to have them as part of it, and long may it continue, because they certainly put it in, and thousands, well, almost thousands, they seem to invite from all around the country turn up to it. It's just massive, and they're all people from Enzed or their organisation or their branches, and we had one of their hose doctor guys do the draw up in Auckland there on when was it? Not last night, the night before, on Sunday night. So it's great. The support is huge, and they all enjoy the annual trek to Palmerston North.
Yeah, let's talk about that annual trek, because the hype around this particular event, over the last few weeks, obviously winter tickets went on sale a few months ago, but what is it, Bruce, really about this event that the hype just excels over everything else?
I'm not sure. I guess it's just developed over the years, and I guess with cars now, once stock car racing used to be almost like these street stocks raced. At one stage, they beat each other up, and you hit another car and his motor would fall out on the ground, or the diff would drop out, and or your front end would be battered, and you'd come back into the pits and you'd grab a chain and wrap around your front axle to hold it back in place, and you'd be out in the next race. But today they're sort of high-tech Ferraris, really. They're 4-link suspensions and bird cages and wheelwood brakes and all the stuff you just buy off the shelf and bolt a Ferrari together, really. And I guess there's not much. I don't blame the guys not wanting to beat them up, but man, when they come to Palmerston North, they just don't hesitate. It's all part of it, and they get in there and show who's technically best, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, it's that, I think it's that everybody wants to win that event, don't they? They want to be teams champions, and we talked to the Brits, and we had Frankie Wayman on the other night, and you could hear the passion and the drive. He wants to win that so bad, like I think that's what's keeping him going. And we talked to the likes of Charlie Swarter last year, and he rated winning champs to be more important than winning the World Series that he got, So I mean, it's great that what that event brings in that aspect, that people just want to win it, and whether they got $100,000 car or a $50,000 car, they're going to smash it up the same to win that event.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, the passion behind it is just huge. You talk to any of those drivers, and it means more to them to be part of that team that goes to teams champs and aim to win it too. That's the big thing.
Yeah, it seems to be the dream of most stock car and super stock drivers, boys and girls, when they get into a team that's pretty well excelled to the top end of their career. But to win some of these big events, like Booker said, Bruce, yeah, it's a tough gig. All teams are pretty well on par these days with their cars and, the drivers themselves.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There's not much difference between any of those teams when you look down the list there. I mean, 25 years ago, people were accusing you of rigging the draw and giving somebody a soft draw and all that sort of thing. But you can't say that there today, and it's surprising. Often you think it may be a slightly lesser team, but they've got more passion and more drive and seem to do better than. Look at the Panthers last year; couldn't even qualify. Well, it just shows you the caliber of cars that are out there now.
Yeah,
and drivers too. I mean, a lot of it is driver skill and being able to look ahead and think and figure out who is actually leading and or what you've got to do to get home and get points when you're running for points, or figure out when it's first across the line who you've got to stop at the end of the day.
He's
Pete
right,
Reeves
eh?
is Pete Reeves is probably one of the most talented when it comes to that sort of thing. I believe I've seen him there, and I reckon he's racing in front of the grandstand and looking across the other side by the start finish line to see who's over there. He'll see the whole race and figure it out, and you really struggle to beat him at the game.
Yeah,
Only way is to tip him over.
I actually think that Jaden Ward's like that too, Bruce, to be fair. I think the team's racing brain on Jaden Ward is exceptional, watching the decisions he makes and what he picks up on, and Jason Long was the same too, I believe, eh?
Yeah. And I mean, with Wardy there, his dad was a master at it too. That was the thing. It's an inherited thing almost, I think, for that family.
Yeah.
Oh, when we saw Jaden push, I think it was Scotty Tennant to get him going, he knows when he needs to get another car going. He'll slow down, get up behind him, push him off and get them going, and then he'll go back and do what he does. It's a talent within his own right. Shane, this is why you're associated. When you hear someone like Bruce, who's been around with this event way back, mate, this is why you've been associated with 28 years. He talks about the passion with everything that unfolds at the track, but the hype of the event. It's understandable why GTEC NZ has an association, a long-standing association.
Well, we share the same passion with it, with Speedway as well, and teams racing. You're talking about a lot of these guys, and a lot of them I've seen sort of grow up as well, the younger ones. I remember scrutineering a lot of them in mini stocks. Yeah.
Definitely. So just to clarify everything, Bruce, scrutineering's down at the square.
I think scrutineering will start about 1 o'clock, maybe a little bit before if we can, and then depending on how the cars are coming through, we may have to send some of them back to the track just to make room in the square there. And depending on, hopefully again it comes dry and we can use the square. But we've had to, the following year, we've had to move it one day. It would have been Friday, 6th and 7th. We were planning on going for 26, but we've been told we can't have the square, so we're going to go 7th and 8th for 2026.
Thinking that far ahead already, because there you go. There's the dates for the 2026 already. There you go. People book your hotels before you leave.
Book your hotels. There we go.
I love it. And
get in early before the prices get hiked too much. So
yeah, that's right too. So
your airfares and that sort of thing too.
Yeah, so there you go. The dates for 2026 already, kids. Look at that. So what about the drivers signing session? That going to be done again this year? Again, the same?
Yeah, that's going to be done again this year. Yep. They're talking about doing it outside this time, if the weather permitting, sort of underneath the bridge in that area over there, I believe, is where the signing session will be, and there'll be the usual hundreds of people wanting to get the signatures of these drivers are superstars, all right? There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think me and Kinser can do that this year, so we can get we wanted to get a Palmy team shirt and get all the drivers to sign it and auction it off for that charity we're doing in the South Island. So we'll be in the queue too, I think, with the other people trying to get signatures this year.
Yeah.
Get it all
oh, you guys are well known enough to be able to walk around the pits and get the drivers to.
Oh yeah, but if they're all in the same place, it makes it. We don't have to go looking for them, Bruce. They're all in the same place. So
I know that's the best part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
They're there and got a pen in their hand and everything, and not too stressed and thinking about the racing at that stage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, once the racing starts, there's you sort of stand back and give them a bit of respect, I guess.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. Is I think that is. When that teams racing happens and the racing starts, I know there's people that want to go down and see what's happening and check it out, but really give the drivers some space because their heads are all over the place. They've just been knocked around, and it's that time to let them have a breath themselves and regroup if they've lost, or celebrate a little bit of a win or whatever. And by us, the fans, giving them that bit of space, I'm sure the entertainment will be even better for us out on the track.
Oh yeah, there is. But in actual fact, part of the show is that grand parade too, that Shane was talking about earlier on there. That's part of the spectacle now. People really get cranked up about that. And it's a great opportunity for the sponsors too. I mean, every team's got people putting in thousands of dollars to support them and to get them to Palmy and be part of the fun and excitement of teams racing. So that Grand Parade really gives them a chance to present themselves to the public and the world. Really, with live streaming these days, it's going everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, support class for the second night there, Bruce. What's the support class?
We're looking at super saloons again. It'll be a limited field again because of the fact we don't want the track burnt up and that sort of thing. We've got we've got the Australian champion coming and another top Australian coming to drive in it. So there's a couple of no Americans. Bobby Pierce wasn't available. He's busy, I'm told, building a new car. Can't afford the time to come out. And Jason Fager is not available either. So we've got a couple. The Australian champion, I can't tell you his name off the top of my head, and another top Australian are coming out to race. So that'll add a bit of excitement to it. We'll be able to show an Aussie how to do it properly.
I love it. And what about, is there any pre-race entertainment in the infield there before the Friday night?
Yeah, the band will be there again. So, yep, we'll have the band playing. So come along early and enjoy a bit of music, and they'll be up on the big screen as well.
Anything else you need to get out there, Bruce, before next weekend rolls around? Any other last information you need to let the viewers know?
Yeah, just get somebody to send us some fine weather. We've had a terrible season of rainouts and pretty dicey weather, and we've raced meetings when we shouldn't have, I suppose, because of the forecast. But hey, we're looking forward to it. Usually, things are hopefully by now settled down. The winds have dropped a bit, and we'll be into it. Looking forward to it. It's just every year, it's new enthusiasm and new excitement for me. After, I don't know, 40, I think this is 45 years we've been since the first one.
I'll try and bring it with me from the Hawke's Bay. We normally have pretty good weather, so
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's a cyclone. We've had good weather.
Oh, good. Hey, well, look, Bruce and Shane, we thank you both for coming to join us and share, obviously, your association, 28 years. Shane, that's much appreciated by everyone that's been involved behind the scenes, your passion for the sport. Thank you on behalf of the viewers out there and the teams, obviously. But Bruce, the event that you put your heart and soul into, which draws thousands from around the country, let alone those who travel from overseas, like with the Great Britain Lions, and then those who watch online via Video Hub. We appreciate everything you do, mate, and we look forward to catching up with you down there in Palm in a couple of weeks. Likewise to you too, Shane. So thank you to the both of you for kickstarting our second night to the build-up to the Dutek Enzed Superstock Teams Chats. Thank you both.
Awesome, and thank you, Shane, for being part of it. It's much appreciated.
No problem.
Thanks for your time, guys. We appreciate it. We'll catch you next week.
All good. Very good.
Thank you. There we go. We finally got it sorted there, kids. So that was good. Always gives the right information. You see why Bruce enjoys it each year putting it on, don't you? You can hear that enthusiasm in his voice, kids, how much he's excited for the event as much as all of us that go, the spectators and the drivers.
Oh, definitely. Look, and there you go, race fans out there watching the show. Exclusive news right here on Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16. Saturday the 7th and Sunday the 8th of February 2026. So start booking your accommodations, apply for your days off from work. Friday, Waitangi Day, you can travel on the Waitangi Day and look forward to the big build-up. No doubt the scrutineering will be done back at the track, I would guess, from that. But yeah, these are your new dates. So book your motels.
No, scrutineering will still be in the square. That's why Bruce changed the dates, because they couldn't get the square.
Yeah, because I think there's another event on there in the square.
So that's why they moved it, so they could still have that, yeah. So awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all part of the hype, the square part now, isn't it? All part of the build-up and the excitement. And I love it, mate. Like I said, I'm ready to go. I'm going early.
You're going early. All right, let's bring them in. Look, they've been sitting there patient for a little while there from the Baypark Busters, Dylan and Todd. Hey, boys, how are you going?
Yeah, good, mate.
Good.
Yeah, all good. Todd, just quickly for you, a bit of a summary of the World 240s, mate. Congrats on qualifying, but it was a tough day on the second night.
Yeah, it was. No need to qualify. That was pretty cool. Whatever sort of happened after that was just a bonus. But yeah, that right rear flat in the heat one didn't help me at all. But what is what is. It's just all part of it, I suppose.
Yeah, and Dylan, obviously you made the appearance, not in Booker's favourite colour car, the black and gold design, but you were there, mate, and hey, you gave it your all at Rotorua.
Yeah, obviously I started grid 9 in the ripper charge. Unfortunately, I didn't even get to complete a lap. And then the gearbox decided to let go on me and get jammed, and fortunately couldn't get going from there and didn't have time for me and the old man to fix it. But this was down there before, pulling everything apart, and both my gearbox out of the car and the spare gearbox are down getting rebuilt by Shane Penn as we speak. And we'll have 2 gearboxes ready to go for Palmy.
Yeah, look forward to today, Todd. You get to go out in the big parade as a buster, but also with the 1NZ on the car, mate. How cool is that going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Finally get to go to the front of the line for once instead of being way at the back. But yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Did you?
What's it been like, though, since winning that title down to Nelson, being at the 240s? Did you think with that number on your car, did it bring that a little bit more pressure, or no, you just took it as normal and it was just another bloody race meeting?
It definitely does add a bit of pressure, but at the end of the day, I tried not to let it get to me. It was just another race meeting that we still had to qualify for, and just because you're number one doesn't mean it's any easier. It's, if anything, a bit harder. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's still the same mindset, still racing, trying to go around the track as fast as I can. So, yeah, regardless of the number, I think the mentality is still the same.
I see the missus helped you out quite a bit while still racing. Did you reciprocate that help, mate, on the night? I see she got pretty good up there. Or you just start your car and make her do all the work and then send it back to hers, or what?
Because you already knew the answer to that question before you asked it, mate. So, yeah, no, I can't say I did, but she had everything pretty well under control anyway, as she does. But yeah, she was still making sure I had tear-offs on my helmet and everything. So, no, yeah, I was really grateful for that.
Okay,
Keep her on,
Can't
keep
go
her
wrong,
on.
eh?
yeah, can't go wrong. Hey, Dylan, you can't go wrong with that one, eh?
Nah, she's good. The old Speedway girlfriend, she goes good.
She takes care of all of us, eh, Dylan?
Hell yeah.
Probably
What
keeps
does
you
it
all
feel
in
for
line too.
Yeah, what does it
Exactly.
feel, Dylan? Dylan, first
Somewhat,
and foremost, first being back in the Busters, congratulations to the both of you. So it was a tough ask to get name the team, obviously. But when you know you got the national champion racing alongside you, like you said, he's going to lead it for a change in the parade. What does that feel like, knowing that you've got the 1NZ in your team?
Oh, it's pretty special. Obviously, having my mate for one, having that 1NZ on the door, and then obviously having been able to go to battle with my mate, and then also as a bonus gets that 1NZ on the side of the door. It's pretty I think it's pretty special to all of us in our camp. So no, obviously pretty chuffed for the bro. So no, it's going to be a pretty cool experience.
So this year, I suppose, now he's got 1NZ in it, you'll move over from this time in that race at teams, eh?
I'll try. Yeah, try to.
I just thought I'd do that as a bit of a wider because Tom was talking about it earlier. So,
Of course he was.
So preparation wise, Dylan, I'm guessing it's a weekend off this coming weekend and just focus on next week.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so we'll have this. Usually we take the weekend off before palming and go through and give everything a real thorough check over, and then just do things a little bit different and prep for teams. It's a little bit different to just your ordinary meeting, and there's only one meeting a year like Palmy's only one meeting like that in the world. So yeah, just prep is a little bit different in these coming weeks. Just got to pull the car apart, check everything, and yeah, just make sure everything is up to scratch. Then let the boys down.
Are you in similar boat there, Todd? I reckon guessing it's a weekend off this weekend and no different getting the car prep for teams.
Yeah, definitely. Won't be racing this weekend, but Yeah, I think, like you say, the preparation for a teams meeting is you go above and beyond, not only for yourself, but mainly I think the most important thing is so you don't let your teammates down. There's nothing worse than your first race and something silly that you could have checked the week before. Let's go in the first few laps of a teams race. So we go through, we check absolutely everything. Sometimes we actually just like Dylan said, you just put a new gearbox in regardless. Just because it's just one of those things that might break, but it might not. But at least if it's brand new, you sort of know that it gives you a little bit more confidence in it. Especially though our gearbox is copper hiding come teams weekend. And the spares package too. We take a lot more spares to the track. Obviously, like we'll probably take as many front axles as we can and stubs and hubs and yeah. So she's a hell of a week. Everything gets stacked into the trailer somehow, but yeah, it's all part of it, and we'll make it work.
Does it, like you talk? I've heard a lot of teams races say exactly what you said there about you take a bit more time because you don't want to be the one that lets the team down if something's not done right. Do you find that there's that added, just of both of you, I suppose? Do you find a little bit more added pressure preparing for teams racing than it is for your individual stuff for that factor?
Yeah, definitely.
I think at the end of the day, it's like yes and no. Like you check everything before you go to those big meetings like New Zealand Champs and 240s and stuff anyway. But that's the difference is you're not racing for yourself. Come Palmy teams, you're racing for the 5 other guys that are around you. So you want to be take that extra step and make sure everything's 100%. And I know all the boys in our team, we all have the same mentality. So yeah, hopefully we can all make sure our cars are 110 and other than that, there's not much more you can do, really.
And yourself,
suppose you're on.
Yeah. Todd sort of hit the nail on the head there. There's no no worse a feeling than going out there and something happens that you probably should have checked, and something that could have been easily avoided. So yeah, the car gets a big thorough check over for yourself, and because obviously you've got your teammates. If there's another 5 guys in your team that you don't want to let down, there's another 2 guys that'll be sitting on the infield. It'd be nothing worse to go out there and have your car fall apart when there's 2 fellas sitting on the infield hungry. Yeah, there's a little bit of added pressure and a whole lot more time put into the prep to make sure everything's up to scratch and everything's checked over, everything's tight, everything's supposed to work as it should, sort of thing. But yeah.
So your first race, obviously, it's going to be against the British Lions. They're right up there. You would have thought they won last year after these celebrations and climbing the fence the way. I don't know what they would do if they won the bloody thing, to be honest. They must have pulled the whole fence down. But, the way they celebrated, they've come over and like Booker said, there's only one thing Frankie Raymond Jr. wants to do, and that's to win teams. And he might call it quits up there, but it's going to be a tough ask. Any team these days is always going to be a tough ask, eh, Todd?
Yeah. The thing with the Great British Lions is it's one of those teams that they're so unpredictable. You never really know what you're going to get when you come up against them. You don't really know who's going to be doing what role. So it's really hard to prepare for. But at the end of the day, what we do know is they are one hell of a committed team and they don't hold back. Yeah. So, mind you, no team holds back these days. But GB just seem to just lift a little bit more every time. And they always seem to forget about that 515. He goes around untouched a lot of the time. So I'm sure we'll have a good chat about that. But that for considering these guys don't do a hell lot of the Superstock racing caliber that we do over here, they do a bloody good job of it. So you definitely don't take it lightly just because they don't race these cars every weekend. But we'll prepare as for that race like we would every team's race. You don't take any of them lightly, and especially that one, because if you do, they'll make you pay. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's right, Dylan. That's the very start of your race weekend is up against that team, and like you said, he's 100% right. You just don't know what you're gonna get. As you said, that 515 would most likely end up taking off. But the many years that Frankie Raymond Jr. has had in the team and raced many World 240s, whether it be at Palmy, Rotorua recent, he's done many teams of it. We know the caliber of the driver, but when you got those 2 Dutch boys, they won't bloody hold back. If there's an opportunity, they'll put you in the bloody wall, but it's that unexpected thing you'll get from them. You just don't know.
Yeah, there's as Todd said, it's not one team that you take lightly, and then especially they're going to be obviously our first race out for the weekend. So that sort of sets the tone for the whole weekend. What you want to finish that first race on a high. And those, like as Todd said, those bloody Poms are assholes. They come over and race our cars and then they beat us. So it's not a good look. But we'll go out there and we'll obviously make a plan and come together with a good plan and see what we can do. And yes, as Todd said, try to stop that 5-on-5 and because he's got a lot of experience. He's probably been racing for a hell of a lot longer than I have. So he's got a little bit more experience and smarts about him. So we're just going to have to see what we can do. And then, like you said, those Dutch boys, they're pretty hard out, pretty evil. They like to hit shit. So, so we're just going to have to watch for all of them. They like I say, they all come over. They're all very talented. They come over and put on a show. So, it'd be good to get that one out of the way and hopefully get a win on that one right off the bat and set the tone for the weekend.
And of course, the other two guys that are joining us a bit later on, AJ and Alan and their Rebels team. That's your next opponent, your neighbours just down the road, mate. It just doesn't get any easier for the Busters.
No, it definitely doesn't. We always seem to come up against Rotorua at Palmy teams, but I've never teams raced myself against Rotorua, so I'd love to get a run in that one. If there's actually probably one teams race I really want to do, it would be that one. Just because, like you say, I think we've got such a good relationship with the Rotorua boys on and off the track. And I think if we could all go out there and they definitely wouldn't be holding back just because we're all mates off the track, but to beat them would be pretty special because, like you say, they're almost like big brothers to us, the Rebels. I've watched them do very well for a long time now, so to be able to come against them, it'd be pretty cool to get a win over them. That'd be awesome.
And bragging rights, eh?
Oh, it is bragging rights, but it's the track that kind of opened up the arms when the old Baypark closed. You had the option of going to put an R or you put a K or an M on your car, or you came to Huntley. So, it's that relationship. But Dylan, mate, I know you won't hold back, and don't worry about AJ and Ellen. They like to have a good laugh. And look, that's not the only two you're going to have to watch out for. Anyone on the track at any given time who you take on, you just got to keep your mindset and ready for your teammates and yourself.
Yeah, definitely. As Todd said, that's probably one of the races that I'd want to get involved in because obviously, like growing up and then wanting to get into teams racing, you've got the likes of Alan, who's class at blocking, and then you got both those two Stewart boys who I'm real close with, done a whole lot of work with, that sort of thing. It's they're a class of their own. Quite impressive to watch, and to pull up beside them on the grid. I think even Dale Stewart commented on the Baypark Busters post that he's gonna wait for me on the pole line. So I told him, please hit me hard. So it's gonna be can't wait for that. But as you say, they are like sort of big brothers to us. We'll look up to them in that whole teams racing and individual racing, and then we'll go out there and blow each other to bits, and then get on the piss in the pits afterwards. Like this is the sort of camaraderie that we have between the two clubs. It's quite good. Got two clubs sort of coming together. Be quite interesting. But none of us will. No one will hold back. It'll be quite an interesting one.
I see Alan's in the comments already. He should be in the studio. He must be busy commenting on the post. Hey, Alan, come on, get in here. But
he'll be rocking these guys.
He'll be rocking them up already. Look at him. It's not happening. Not happening, Lowell. You reckon?
Go on.
So, but just to what's it like for you guys? Because you guys are both quite young and still new to teams, really. What's it like having a coach like Horse backing you and giving you advice, and even Kerry as an old head in the team? It must be, like Horse has been around a lot of teams race, as is Kerry, but to have him still there in a coaching role and helping you guys, how have you found that?
Yeah, it's been really good having Horse with all his experience. You can ask him any question and he's always got the right answer. So it definitely pays to have someone with his experience coaching you and sort of pointing you in the right direction. He's done a lot of teams races and definitely shows in his knowledge and the plans he comes up with.
He's right, Todd. When you get that experience, and like Kerry's been around racing as well ever since team started in 1981. Just a joke. Seems like he's been around forever, mate. But just to use some of that knowledge, it's bloody cool.
Yeah. Kerry's won it. He's won it a couple of times, and us young fellas have never won it before, so we're hungry as it's the one thing we want. I actually got asked a couple of years ago, if you could choose between getting one Enzed or winning Palmy teams, what would you rather do? And I'm pretty sure I said I'd rather win Palmy teams, but so that's one thing where us young fellas are really, really hungry for, and we've never been on that top step, but we're all young, we're all learning, but doesn't mean no one's not capable, so we'll just have to hope for a bit of luck to go our way, and if it doesn't, I'm sure we'll learn a lot from it.
Dylan, for the fans, you've got a massive load of fans, and they jump on the big truck in the parade. The Totem Polo truck is just one of the biggest trucks in the parade, but the Polo Cranes truck. What's that like? The whole fanfare, they travel around your region, they come down to support you. You see them down at the scrutineer, and then when they're at the track, they're either on the track or in the crowd. What's that feel like, Dylan, seeing your own fans out there just going to town when they see the Baypark Busters?
Yeah, no, it's pretty special. Obviously going down to the squares, obviously a bit of a buzz that's on its own. There's obviously a whole lot of people around there to see everyone, but then obviously everyone pulls out the cameras and videos and wants to get photos, and then obviously you go back to the track and do the signing session, and everyone wants to get signatures, and then everyone wants to come out in the parade. It's like I said before, there's nothing else like it. It is a very special weekend, and to be a part of it and to be named in the team is massive. It's the sort of the event that I look forward to every year. You strive to be in the team so you can be a part of it. So no, it is a massive buzz. It's very very, very cool to be a part of. So we'll see.
We're not laughing at you, by the way. It's just something we've seen.
I would hope not.
No, we're not. Sorry, we're not. We're laughing at bloody AJ. He's got a crazy.
I was going to say, is AJ and Ellen jumping on there saying some smart ass shit?
Yeah, well, they're in the background. AJ's take him out, kids. Don't let him get with that crayfish. And old Alan's made his name Alan Big Chief. Oh no!
Oh, what's he got there? He's got his. Oh, he's not gonna.
Oh no!
Yes. Oh, mate. Back to it. Serious stuff though. When do you guys head down? When do you start heading down and everything like that?
Thursday, I think. We're going to convoy down.
I'll say Thursday. We've got a meeting this weekend, and we'll talk about it and come up with a plan around those finer details. But yeah. I mean, even though it's still 2 weeks away, but it's something that I think a lot of drivers are going to be thinking about a lot come the next 2 weeks, and just thinking about different roles and different situations, watching a lot of videos back from previous years, and trying to take as much learnings as we can before we get there. So we'll have our meeting this weekend and talk about when we're heading down and accommodation, a bit of a plan for the weekend, and we'll go from there.
Is it important? Sorry, Kins, go.
No. What I like about these young men and the Busters in particular, I'm quite lucky because I'm staying at the Asprey, where they're actually staying. So me and my wife and the family staying there. And what you get to see behind the scenes is the wives, the girlfriends, the partners all digging and do a big barbecue for them. And they have a big feed together, but they sit there, soak up the build-up to getting down to the parade, let alone the racing. What happens off the track around your supporters, the families, and everyone that's there with you guys, it's pretty impressive. And it's quite amazing to see that unfold. Just going back to what I saw last year where I stayed with you guys, and that's a cool thing, That's where it starts. A lot of that from building you up off the track before you get ready for the track, Todd?
Yeah, a lot of, like you say, that the whole atmosphere just down in Palmy is awesome, and you sort of, like you say, you have your barbecues in the motel and have your breakfasts, and everyone talks amongst themselves, and just it's like we sort of go there and try and be one big family, and all all talk amongst ourselves and just build up for what should be a good weekend.
What are you going to say, Book? Sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, like, how important is it? Like, you guys all travel together, don't you? Down. That's probably a great way to start your build up as a team, and the camaraderie is traveling together. Is that where it all starts, when you all start getting on the road together?
Yeah, definitely. I think our camaraderie is probably started from the start of the season. A lot of us young fellas, even though we only teams race 2 or 3 times a year together, we're real close and real good mates off the track, and we race together all year. So it is. I guess you could say it does start on the way down there. We all sort of meet up and travel down together, and might stop at a few places along the way and have coffee and have lunch and whatever. But yeah, it's just it's sort of something that you plan for all year. Us young fellas do. We're real tight and real close, and we talk to each other just about every day. So yeah, for us, we've been looking forward to this from the start of the season. So hopefully it can pay off.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to quickly whiz through some of these people in the comments. Thomas Scott, mate, how are you? Cody, Mac, Linda. Looking forward to Tench, Brett, Tobin. Hans, how you going, Hans? Dirt Nuts. What do we got here? Stefan. Oh, Stiffy's watching their books.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Tukins, thanks to Jason Coley and Samantha from Huntley, has thrown us a couple of stars, bought us some stars to support us. So thank you for that as well.
Yeah, Trent James, Ian Wilson. Ian's just loving the fun that he had with his son down the line racing. Brad Wright. Brad's a big, obviously, Busters fan. There's many other out there. Riley Williams, Michael Rose. What else we got here? Troy Rusco. Looking forward to catching up with you, Troy. B-Man Walker. Tracy, how you going, Tracy? Craig Elmers. Oh, Elmo. Hunter. Zane Dykstra, Cody Gray, Dan Hunter, Willow Beach, Jack Wilson's watching now. Well driven in the weekend, mate. In the top 20 there, Riley William, Muddy Goodley, and the list will carry on. Mate, who's got the sponsors list? Because you can't do without the sponsors. Obviously, there's a lot of work in the sheds done with the crews and the family, but who wants to whiz off the sponsors list? Who's got all that?
Yeah, Todd's got that.
I've
He's
got
better reading than I am.
So obviously, Pollock Cranes are our number one sponsor. Thomas and Wayne, we're really grateful to have them on board to really help out with a little bit of funding back from everything we go and wreck down there. Metal Co Recyclers, DMB Construction, J Swap, Ashby Engineering, Warehouse Auto Parts, General Tyres, Mount Maunganui. And also I just want to say a special thanks to Sheet Metals, Total Sheet Metals down in Palmy for allowing us to use their workshop on that Saturday morning, I think it is. And yeah, they've been looking after us for 10 years now. So yeah, massive thank you to them as well.
Awesome.
Dylan, any other shout out you want to do, Dylan, before we wrap it up with you, bro?
I think Todd sort of nailed it all there, and Todd's a little bit better in reading than I am, so that's why he's got the list in front of him.
Okay, then. Okay, without a list, have you got merch? Will you say Busters merch? Do any of you guys know that?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you.
We're not clue.
We just
drivers.
One NZ
I've got
merch?
some One NZ merch coming, but I won't be. I don't think it's appropriate to try and promote yourself down there at a team's weekend. So we're going there for the team, not for myself. So yeah, we'll have some One NZ merch coming on the way. But that'll probably be up online before teams. But I will even have some at the track after teams at other meetings we go to this year.
Awesome. Hey, boys, well done. Well done. Young men representing the Baypark Busters, all your fans, your sponsors, and the family and the crew that's behind the team of the 6 drivers. Safe travels on Thursday. Is a big convoy representing Baypark. Heads down to Palmerston. Good luck on Friday and Saturday. And all the best against the Lions and the bloody Rebels, eh? Hey, never mind those Rebels, boys. Hey, you'll be all good.
Yeah, don't hold back him in the interview. Let him eat. Rip them out. Yeah. Tell them how good the Busters are.
Hey, like we said, thanks for joining us. All the best, and we'll catch up with you boys down there in
Safe travels down there, and we look forward to catching up. Yeah, 100%.
Sweet as. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, team.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Those boys are ready to go, aren't they, Kins? They're on it, and they're all mates, so that's going to gel well for the team, you know. We always talk about that camaraderie in the team, and when you see that team generally does well on the track as well, so that's something really good to see. And the positive stuff now, you know, this is a teams, mate. None of this negative crap we've been put up with for the last month. It's teams champs time. Let's get into it and just have some fun, man.
100%. Talking of fun, it doesn't get any bigger than these two.
AJ, Ricky, Bobby.
Look at the AJ, Ricky, Bobby, Axtens, and
Shake them face.
They're at the gate,
boy.
That's what we'd be doing. It'd be the slingshot engaged around the corner.
Slingshot engaged, bro.
Well, everyone, I hope you're in for lots of laugh for the next half hour because these two bring it every time we had them on representing the Rotorua Rebels. Congratulations once again, boys, on making the team, and must be still a buzz, AJ?
Yeah, mate, it's probably one of my favourite meeting of the year, just being in that team environment. And both played footy before and stuff, so it's something that we thrive off, So, and we're doing it with some of our best mates on and off the track as well, We can't wait, man.
Yeah, Alan, mate, you know, slash the teams, mate. Like the boys said from the Busters, you love to do a bit of blocking when it needs to count, but you must be amped for next Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, does it? It gets every year's the same. It gets exciting, especially with this kind of build up, and the week, 2 weeks usually fly by before we're traveling down there. So, definitely every year's an exciting time, and this year's I feel like it's come around quite quick, really.
It has come around quick, isn't it?
It has gone real fast. Just go back to last weekend with you two in particular. First you, Alan, you know, World 240s on your home track, mate. It's 3 qualifying. Mate, what a hell of a last couple of nights, eh?
Yeah, she was a bit of a good and bad night, weekend for myself. Friday was quite good, apart from the a bit of a flat tire in the first race, but the car seemed to be hooked up well and just missed out. And then, the tails turned after that rapid charge on the second night, and the car was never the same. So it was a bit 50-50 that weekend.
Hey, firstly, AJ, congrats, mate, on qualifying because, 3 going from each group isn't an easy task. That's tough with the caliber of cars, drivers, and everyone loves that place for Superstocks. Well done, mate, and congrats on qualifying.
Yeah, cheers, matey. Appreciate it. It was certainly a buzz. The first time, actually, we've qualified for the event. We've done it a few times. I missed out a few times not doing the event with being away and whatnot. So, it was probably jumping in the deep end, to be honest, because I hadn't done bugger all racing this year. Like, that was my third meeting I had done with just doing our opening and Huntley teams. So, we threw ourselves in the deep end, and it was a good year. We snuck through and qualifying, managed to kind of stay out of the majority of the trouble. We struggled with the car a little bit, and then put us through the top tier, and we finished all 3 races in there. So it was a bonus. Anything after qualifying in a field like that is a bonus, amen. So we're happy, man.
Yeah,
that's the one. Got to be happy, eh? Hey, Alan, got to be happy, mate. Hey, you're bloody.
There's a bit of a lost puppy out there with the step bro now. That cow push along, eh?
The old Ellen, he wins a few races, eh? And then he's trying to tell me that I'm on the pole line. I said, get off, mate. Ellen should only use about 10 litres of fuel all weekend for holding the pole line. So you carry on doing your thing, bro.
And that's the key to A-Box. It's just
someone's got to have the big shoulders, eh? Someone's got to have big shoulders.
Look at them, But that's right, A-Box. This is what we talk about with these two. Their camaraderie, the closest. They're like brothers in arms on the track, and this is what it's about.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it's such a big part of teams racing is that the team has a laugh and gels and has fun, because if you're having fun, it'll project on the track and you'll just continue. You're enjoying yourself, It's not just out there doing a job for your team. It's out there having fun with your mates, It's like you've got a derby car going out in the paddock and you just have an absolute ball, but you're in a super stock and you're going to smash your other mates that are on the track. And that's the thing I like too is that you guys have got a lot of mates around the country that are in other teams too. There's a bit of bragging right. Surely when you go up against a mate in another team and you pot them off the end or put them up, do you afterwards go there and a bit of banter, a bit of fun between that or what? Surely.
Oh, mate, if there's not an R on their car, they're not my mate.
I love that.
Right, we old school, eh? Now.
Yeah, man. Everyone knows I'm like that. It's the letter. Hey,
listening to Todd and Dill speaking before, like they're bang on. It's a battle of the bays just over the hill, and we get along with those roosters, and they come over here and race and probably take a bit more flags than they probably should. We should probably actually straighten that out. Actually, it's pretty damn quick. But they're good mates of ours, but like Alan said, man, we strap that helmet on, and once that goes green, there's no mates out there at all apart from the ones on our team. So, but it's a cool camaraderie, because I think it was a Dills or Todd said afterwards, we do our ambo thing and we go shake hands and have a laugh, and hopefully we're on the better side of the flag in our second race against them, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing teams for a little while now, and you got those two young men that we had on before. It's about building the future going forward. And when I take a look at your team, and pretty well Dylan and Todd said it, mate, you got some speed out there, you got some blocking capability, pretty well got a good package. And Dad obviously was Steve behind the team, AJ. Mate, he don't take a backward step, does he?
Nah, he doesn't. Like you said, we've been involved with it a little while. I think Alan done an extra year maybe than me, but I can't remember if this was my 6th or 7th in a row. But I mean, we enjoy it, we love it, and we've got a good group of mates that we've built for a long time, and that comes really important, I reckon, when you put in your body and on the line, to know that those boys have got your back 100%, and there's no animosity between the group, so that definitely plays a role. And yeah, Dad usually steers the ship, and a few phone calls to Alan and I kind of bark down our throats and making sure we're prepared and whatnot. But he loves it, eh? Big grumpy white fella.
I think I've already had 10 phone calls in 2 days. So
how many teams races, like AJ said, Alan, he's done like maybe 6 or 7 years. How many you done?
Myself,
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably did a couple years before I had a break. I think I did a couple of years with who was it with Kyle Fraser and all that before I had a break and had a family and all that, and then came back. And yeah, this might be. I think we came back in 2020 maybe, or 2019.
Yeah. A lot of those couple of years though, you were just like warming the grass and kind of hanging out with the officials in the middle, weren't you?
Yeah, a bit like you sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe all up probably 8 or 9, I guess. 8 or 9.
Yeah. 8 or 9 years on the track.
Yeah.
What about before that as a young kid, coming to watch the events? Did you grow up as a teenager watching that event, or when did you get first?
Yeah, we were usually in Kyle Fraser's bus on the way there.
Oh, okay.
Mark Costello would jump in the bus and have a bit of a tear of a weekend on the way down. So it was kind of a big weekend when we were young fellas, but for a few years we did that, yeah. While we're in stock car rinks.
Yeah, that's right. What about you, AJ? Before introducing yourself onto the track and the team, you part of the event prior to that? Was the family down there? What was the deal there?
Yeah, Mum and Dad have been going down for years, as long as I can remember. But it was always a weekend that we kind of got either dished off to the grandies or something, So we always wanted to go. Obviously, Dad never raced supers; he was always in the stock cars. But I can't remember when we jumped at the opportunity to go down for the first time, and it was like nothing else. Like we thought these guys were mad as snakes, and then a few years later we do a bit of growing up, and now we're doing it. So it's pretty cool, But my mum still comes down, my wife, and they usually run the bus and keep us a bit too well fed and making sure our feet are still on the ground. It's cool. It's a good group, eh?
Yeah.
That's important, Alan? That family involvement. I know Lisa and all the kids are down there all the time. You can't beat that.
Good Ailey comes down because I got to steal a G-banger for good luck, Had to sneak in last week and steal a pair, see if I got him here ready to go. I think there was a lucky charm in 21 when we won it, I reckon.
Didn't you tell me you were wearing them?
Of course, he told me he was going to the bathroom, but he came out of our walk-in wardrobe. I was like, "What the hell going on here?"
Face mask. I was just pretending to be Batman, in the background.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh my god. So what about? The home track though is looking pretty sharp at the moment too, eh? Like that new building. What do you guys think of that? If you're tracking the work that's gone in there, we brought so we invited some people to join us on Saturday. Mike and Sam from Huntley, and they were blown away by Rotorua. They were just like unbelievable. Before the race even started, they decided they're buying a camper for next year and doing the 2 days at the 240s. They hadn't even seen any racing yet. Just blown away by that facility. It must make you guys proud to come around that corner. You see your home track as you pull in and just think, wow, we get to race here as well,
Yeah, no, it's obviously something every year that improves the facilities there. So it's definitely been a part of the club. It's good to see and nice to hear people saying that. Obviously, this year when I drove in, it's the most bloody campers I've ever seen parked up there. So,
Yeah.
so no, it's quite good, really. Yeah, no, it's real good.
Yeah, hell of a building, eh? It's I remember when Sonia and Sam took us up there for the first time. This was before the meetings and stuff had started, and they took us up to where all the officials, sit upstairs. And I said, I don't really like this. And the windows were that big, and there was that much vision of the track. There's no such thing as creeping the pole line, or Sonia actually told me that room over there was for me. It was the naughty boys' room. So yeah, no more cutting the pole line, moving Ellen out of the road.
That's probably why we got drilled for bloody false starts in the briefing, eh?
Yeah, that's right. But it's an amazing building. Like they've done like it's probably sets the bar, I reckon, of facilities and all that carry on throughout the country. And that's just off the back of Sonia putting on amazing events and people coming to watch at Rotorua. So, it's cool, man.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting to see what she's got in the pipeline next. So, actually, good to watch.
Yes. Well, I heard some rumours, but I won't say anything on here yet. So,
VIP boxes or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a great place, but yeah, it's. I just wanted to see how you guys, if it like being as a club, it's your club you race for. You're proud of your club, and you're all about the R. So yeah, and I'm like that with I support my club down here, my only club. Like I'm strong Hawke's Bay, but I still support our other team. But you still got to be that club proud, don't you?
Yeah. It's cool to we're very staunch Rotorua, and we don't go anywhere. We always stay in our lane because this is where we're from, and our fathers race for the club and whatnot, and it's got such a staunch history. But when you look around, a whole bunch of other drivers and their favourite track, where they, whether it be Palmy and that lot, wherever they come from, their favourite track is still Rotorua. So that's quite cool as well, eh?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what we get all the time, Akins.
Yeah, 99.9% of the time you ask every Superstock driver, it's always pointing directly straight back to Rotorua. So when does prep all start for you, Alan? The weekend's done, Duster, World 240s. I know what you're going to say.
Start next Tuesday, Next Tuesday.
There's no other company in New Zealand that saves more money than CRC and grease lubricants from Alan McRobbie, because he never spends a dime on it. And steel companies, because he hates doing side rails. And
mate, we've got to take all the dings out of our side rails this year. I hope everyone's listening in the Rebels. No, not one scratch, not one ding. That'll be perfect. Right?
You're such a laid back, cruisy dude, eh, Alan? Honestly,
it's good actually. The other cars, not too much to go over. We'll give it a. I'll probably go down tomorrow, the old man's, and give it a full overhaul. And I think it's just a couple of crushies. Everything else is pretty good. Come out pretty good from Huntley team. So there's not terribly much to do. And I've just fixed up the body today, so it's down at with Lee getting touched up. But it's actually looking pretty good this year.
Yeah. What about your? Because I saw the body had a bit of duct tape on your car on the weekend just gone. AJ, is there much work to be done since then?
Not too much. A little bit of steel, like Ellen said. We'll put new crushes and stuff. Yeah, kissed the side. I think it's one of those GB guys. Their bumper, it kind of ripped, but it was more body work than anything. I think it kissed the side of a little bit of box section, but nothing to worry about. So just kind of crush rails. We're going to put a new side rail on. It's got a little bit bruised over the weekend. And shocks all stripped off it at the moment. Sent down to Aaron and just get everything, strip it all down, lube it, and put it back together. So not too much, but just our usual stuff leading into that event.
We're talking to the boys before, the Baypark boys, and they talk about how you tend to do that bit more for teams because you don't want to be that car that lets your team down. Is that a focus for you guys when you prep yourselves? Like, do you do a little bit extra, take a little bit extra care, or is it still the same amount, but that's in the back of your mind, don't be the one that lets it down?
Yeah, we do. Like most of the bigger meetings, I've have a bit more of a check over, but especially this one, we might check all that behind the dash and check all your bloody drive shaft and torque arm bolts and all that, make sure they're all not worn and whatnot, and basically, double check everything. Like at Huntley, I think we got found out a little bit. The boys are a bit laid back, and a few little niggles came into it, and so I think that opened a few of the eyes, and so I think we'll be on the ball this time around.
What about design-wise? The Rebels A-Books, we know it's outstanding when we see
that was awesome.
Teams bodies. Yeah. Is it the same again in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, no, the same again. we ain't going to go through all that trouble changing another design. But, yeah, no, it's all much the same with a few new sponsors here and there. So, yeah, and all the merch is all ready to go, and I think all was all on sale at the 240. So that'll be again on sale here in the fan van.
Yeah. Hey, and that 2025 sponsorship opportunity, some good pricing going around to be on the wing and on the scoop. And is that still going, or is that all gone now?
No, that's all finalised now. It's getting too late to organise all that. I've just sent that all off today to the signwriter to get them all printed. So don't want to leave that to the last minute. But yeah, we had a good. What did we get? 12, 13 guys out of that. So good haul there. So quite good.
Awesome.
Definitely helps out in the long run and after the event. Every penny helps.
Yeah, for teams it does, doesn't it? It's yeah. We'll be down on the Friday there before the meeting to have our feed of crayfish anyway, Axtens, because just waiting for AJ.
Where is it, AJ?
Audrey's still got her feed. She was actually just walked in. It's her birthday, so we've been out for dinner tonight. She's a big 7, and she was just about to feed the dogs. Do you want to come over, darling? You just got to show Booker and our man over here what we feed our dogs in Rotorua. You show them. You tell them what we're going to go do with this.
Cook it up.
Cook it up now. I thought we were feeding it to the dogs.
No, and then give it to the dogs.
All right. I think they're going to try.
Big birthday. Happy birthday.
You say thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So, now we'll bring you some fish down. I promise. I'll talk about it for a while. As long as you wear a rebel shirt.
All right, done. Did Dad tell you you're getting a mini stock when you get a bit older?
Oh, wait, hey. I don't know about that. Yeah, I was trying to drill it into the kids that will sell the Superstock before they get too old because it'll make Dad broke.
Mate, that's cool. That's a big part of it. The family at Speedway. I think that's the bit I love the most. Like on Saturday night, one of the highlights for me at the 240s was about 4 or 5 kids at the front there trying to start the Mexican wave going a few times in the crowd, and they were like, "Are you ready?" They're only about 10 or 11 or something, Axtens, and go, and everybody tried to go. They got one to go, but a couple, and they ran, all of them, and then they thought it would be easier, so they spread themselves out along the bottom of the fence, so each time they could try and keep it going. But that's what it's all about, eh? Stuff like that with Speedway, and we see the Mexican wave all the time at Teams Champs, but to see it being started by the kids, I think that was awesome.
Yeah, 100%. They go crazy. They like it more than us. I mean, my kids haven't been down to Palmy Teams yet, but Ellen and Lisa take their 2 little boys, and they are Speedway mad, eh? And they'll go all day, clean cars, ask too many questions.
Get in the way.
It's cool to see, eh? It's such a massive sport, eh?
I think last year we saw them running around with the Costello kids, didn't they, Ellen? They were
I don't know. They find someone to have a fight with in pits, and away they go.
It's quite okay because I always bumping them in the bloody plaza, right? You see these little kids running around like, here we go, But it's cool. It's cool when the families are down there, and that's what it's about. And so, the kids coming down this time, AJ?
Nah, mate, they're getting drop kicked out the bus in Taupo to the in-laws on the way through. So, I think, I don't know, maybe another year older, eh? It's just they're a handful, and it's you guys know what it's like down there. Sometimes they can be quite dangerous in the pits, and even adults don't get out of the road for bloody screwing there, and sometimes. So now we'll bring them down. They're the 240s, and they're running around with their cousins, and obviously Brax and Mace, and they were pretty buggered after the weekend.
When you take a look at your team, Big's going to be down with you. It's the Stewart brothers. Obviously, Robbie Morris comes into the team. Do you get together and have a bit of a meeting and catch up and just kind of get that real close bond, that camaraderie going? Does that happen off the track, from maybe here onwards?
Yeah, it happens all year round. We got our own little chat going, so we're all giving each other the shit all year round, really. But on Friday, we're having a little shakedown at Rotorua Club Night, so we'll do a couple of 10 lappers there with the team cars, and then get some photos with Husey probably for the posters and stuff. So we'll have a good shakedown, and old Brentos will have his new weapon there, and we'll see how that goes.
Oh, nice.
Let the bag out. Let the cat out of the bag, eh? Shop, bro. He's got a new.
Gotta keep everyone guessing though. Watching them go around the outside.
Oh, Matt Jarvis was on with us last night with the Wanderers. Him and Jeff Kite. Matt's actually in the chat here. It's Alan McRobbie on the prep. You mean Graham's doing all the prep, eh?
I wondered. I was like a cat.
I'll probably say a few more words than Matt. Eh?
Hey, Matt, are you getting organised? Yep, I'm organised.
Cheeky, all right. You still get out? You gonna do any fishing the next few days, or that's it until after Palmy teams?
Nah, unfortunately, I got out a couple of times in December, November, chasing a bit of yellowfin and that kind of carry on. But nah, this is usually when the old stock cars kind of takes priority and whatnot. So we'll get Palmy teams out of the road, and then if I do enough dishes and vacuuming and washing around here, I might be allowed to go to Waiha for a few days.
Oh, nice. What about you, Alan? Any more overseas trips coming up after Palmy teams?
Overseas trips.
Oh, definitely not fishing because he gets seasick all the time.
I don't go fishing, never get called. Hey, I always see AJ rocking on past through the mountain with his fucking big green boat on. Oh, yep, got the invite today. Yep. Nah. thinks he can sneak through, eh? But nah, I always see him. Going to the bloody Warriors in Vegas in the Feb.
Not, are you?
Going over there for a couple of weeks. Not a couple of weeks, well, 7 days. So
I'm going to remove
So what do you guys do? You've seen the draws come up. So what do you think of your draw? You got Mustangs first, and then obviously the Busters for your second race. So you happy with that draw? I suppose it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Who you get? They're all as strong as each other.
Nah,
sure. Oh, you go, Alan. We go.
Getting a bit sick of facing those two, though, really. It seems every year at the moment. But no, all the teams every year change, and they all got tough. And obviously, the Mustangs got bloody 3 former Panthers in there now, so there's going to be no easy feat there. And yeah, like the Busters, they got some fast cars in there, so they gel together. They'll be hard to beat as well.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. For sure. Especially with obviously that announcement that the old KFC Colonel Jordan Deere announced other night, saying that he was team skip. You know, I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge as well. You know, and he'll be hard to stop, especially being his home track. He's super quick, And so, but I can't wait to verse him, and obviously the rest of the team will get revealed at some stage. And but yeah, looking forward to versing our good mate old George and Baypark, like Alan said, like man, all those guys are super quick, And those big open tracks like that probably suit them as well, you know, like quite similar to Baypark in a way. So it'll be very hard to stop if they can gel together as a team. So yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You know, anything's possible on the day, mate. And once that green flag drops,
I just clicked. Never mind.
Alan. Yeah, that's it. Kids, and like all it takes is for it can be first lap and you pop a tyre and then you're almost down to 3.5 cars. So anything can happen on a day, mate.
Yeah, definitely hard out. You just got to focus on the job at hand, and Lady Luck could be on your side. But let's talk about the Rebels fans, because man, they just travel in their droves. Yeah, to support your team, to be there alongside. They arrive nice and early in the week, and some to get there on obviously Waitangi Day Thursday. But you cannot miss Rebel fans. They mean so much, not only to you two, but also the other 5 drivers, but also to the club. The importance of fans is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the red. I remember when we first joined in the Rebels, and it had such a staunch backing, and we weren't favourites. We didn't win every race. It was quite hard because we were still in their building phase, but they always rolled with us, whether we won or we lose. So there's always such a staunch mentality around Rotorua, I reckon, and very loyal, like we don't lose too many to other tracks. If we want to race for Rotorua, we race for Rotorua. So it's certainly cool to look up there and see the red and blacks filling that stadium and stuff, and if we can get them a checkered flag, 2, 3 or 4 of them, it makes it all worthwhile, So no, I reckon our supporters got to be hand down the best. We'll drown out those bloody cowbells that old Matt Jarvis and Jeff Kite were talking about, Only Waikato hillbillies. I probably shouldn't give them too much jib, actually, because they beat us at their home track. They raced a hell of a race. They beat us there, so they're already 1 up. But another race we had to push Alan because he was mucking around.
Hey, you heard the Busters earlier on talk, boys. They're traveling down as a convoy. Are you guys doing something similar, meeting up and travel down as a convoy?
No, 3 days is enough of AJ. Try to stay away. No, we usually we don't usually go in the convoy. Everyone's leaving at different times. We'll head down Wednesday at some stage. I think we stay in Taupo for the night to cut it up a bit, and then head on in through after that. And we get there when we get there. Really,
Yeah.
It's a big drive
We
now
all
for you
hit
guys.
down
They
there.
go around the backside.
yeah.
yeah.
It says I don't know what it's adding. Is adding an hour or something onto it? Yeah. So.
Yeah, we all go down on the Thursday though. We always set up camp a bit early, and then we have a bit of a sponsors team dinner with crews and everyone on that Thursday night, and then a bit of a drivers and partners and crew breakfast that morning, and Lisa sorting all that, and then we start our day at the square, and so the long day starts from there, eh?
Mm. Where do you guys go on the Saturday for your repairs the next day? Where do you do that?
We go to Rob Myers at Machinery Specialist there.
Oh, yeah.
Been going there for years.
We're gonna go around, or I don't know if Kins will be with his family or not, but I'm gonna go around on the Saturday and visit all the teams doing the work and go live and talk to you about the thing. So I'm looking forward to doing something different this year, where we go see all the teams in action on the Saturday, what they have to do after a night of teams racing. So
Yeah,
that's where I'll come get my crayfish.
7:30ish, we're down there. Me about 9. I'm all right.
The team usually gathers at Rob's at about 8 o'clock, and Alan rolls in at about 11:30 with coffee. And he's got the most work to do, eh? But he's been a legend at Machinery Specialist. Like, he's always there bright and early, opens it up, and it virtually opens up both of his workshops with forklifts, and he gives us a few guys. You know, like Darren's been with us for a few years and works for him, and they're legends, man. They just like heel, toe, hammer, everything, they're into it. So, we really appreciate his support.
It's quite amazing how many places down there in Palmy open themselves up for the teams. Like the whole Palmy just gets behind it, and everybody wants to help. That's also part of that team's weekend, in it, that there's so many different businesses that are opening up to us, and even the supporters get to go and get special teams feeds and breakfasts, and like that's something extra that's super special about this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, so we I think, what is it, Friday morning, we're down at Fastlane Spares. All the cars are there, and for everyone to come down and have a look and have a nose around and barbecue there. So, and merch will be there, so get more people around there. It should be good.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Hey, obviously, sponsors. Who's got the job? Whizzing out the sponsors.
Did you get it there?
Do you know how to read?
No, I think I do.
Alan struggles to read kids' books anyway. Barely can know spell his own name.
Lucky you're Ricky Bobby. Yep. So our sponsors here, we got obviously the main ones, Ocean Ford Machinery Specialists. They've been helping us out for quite a few years now. Got Rotorua Stockco Club, Pro Trade Supplies, Fastlane Spares, Truckworks Mechanical Engineering, Drift Carts, TWS, Sports Web, Collision Right Price. He's doing all that bloody nice red now on our cars. Warehouse Auto Racing, Supreme come on this year. Supreme Fabrication from Arakiri, they've just come on this year. Same as Universal Cranes, they hopped on when we went to Auckland. And then we've got Stitch and Print doing all our merch, and then Commercial Signs doing all the sign writing all the cars. And obviously, big thanks to all those little mini sponsors that have jumped on this lately. So what do we got? Godric Upholstery, JT7, Jonathan Henderson got a mum on there, Karen, MK Build, Val's Paint and Text, City Autos, Lots of Pots, DMB Building, DJM Earthworks, Motion Entertainment. They've come on. They've got a bit now. They're on the bonnet. Undercar Services, Caton Hire, and Detail Solutions. So thank you very much. It's very appreciated and helps out the boys a lot. Yeah.
He done well, AJ. He done well, mate.
You done well. Only a couple of studies, not too
It's only
bad.
taken me three interviews, 3 years.
Hey, It's always good to catch up with you boys. You bring the laughter, you bring the fun, and that's what we need to do at this event. Enjoy ourselves and celebrate what you do as entertainers out there on the track. And that's going for every driver we talk to over the week, because you put on the show for the crowd. They buy tickets as soon as they go on sale. We already know the dates for next year: Saturday the 7th, Sunday the 8th of February 2026, as Bruce confirmed. So you can start booking your accommodation for that weekend. But it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Carl and AJ, or Ricky Bobby, to have a chat with you.
We'll see if Ricky Bobby comes back next year.
That's another question. But no, we really appreciate you guys reaching out and doing what you guys do to cover our Speedway and our event. So we appreciate it. It's always a good time, good laugh, and bring a little bit of banter, but talk about the serious things. And come next Friday night, and that's when the jokes aside, we'll go aside and we'll put our best foot down and hook into the Mustangs and the Baypark Busters. So once again, thank you guys very much for having us and doing what you guys do.
If there's a pub down in Palmy wants to come on board, we'll be more than welcome.
We don't actually have a pub sponsor.
No, we do. Everyone seems to have a pub but us, eh?
And I tell you what, we with the defending champs for the boat race, those Christchurch Glen Eagles. I mean, obviously my 3-year-old son, bloody drink a cup of juice faster than Harley, Robin, and Jaden Moore. I tell you what, if any pub wants to jump on board, they'll get their money worth.
We should chuck that video up on the Rebels page, eh? Harley at the end, eh?
Fun and games.
Mate, love having you guys on the show. Hey, safe travels next for you on Wednesday, and also for you and your family there. And to everyone in the Rebels, appreciate you boys, and well done once again, and represent the club proud. Do yourselves proud and your families and your crew, and we'll catch up with you boys down there in Palmy. Bring on that crayfish, eh?
Oh, I got you. I won't feed them to the dogs tonight. I'll bring them down for you.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you taking the time, and we'll catch up with you down there at Teams, eh?
See you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, team. There we go. Another night of fun finished for us kids. It's only 2 nights done this week. Look at that. We got their teams champs. Picture up, but it's tomorrow night. We have, who do we have tomorrow night, kids? We have Wanganui Warriors, Stratford Scrappers, and the Wellington Wildcats tomorrow night. So she's going to be all go again for another big night. There you go. Tune in again from 7 tomorrow. We appreciate all of you out there tuning in with us so far the last 2 nights. I hope you've enjoyed hearing from your favourite drivers and teams. And like we say, we're here till Friday, all week.
Hey, thanks Tyson for jumping in to watch, bro. Got to bring the cowbells down. Carl Ward, mate, always good to see you, Carl. Thanks, Paul. Really appreciate that. The best show on there. Tony George is watching. Awesome. Auckland just named their Unchanged side. I did see that up on the old Facebook. The Mustangs and the Panthers, you should see their team being announced. But also, I'm pretty sure the Wildcats should be in amongst that very soon as well. So still more teams to be named as the hype builds up to, obviously, the big event next Friday and Saturday. This is part of our Teams Buildup special that we do every 2 weeks prior to teams. So come back and join us, Booker and I, from 7 p.m.
And thanks to those tonight that donated stars to us. We appreciate that. Like we said, some of that will go to charity, not just myself and Kinser. So, thank you for your support. And we look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow night for another night of laughter and fun, celebrating the sport that we love.
Yeah, 100%. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks, team. Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot now.